All right, so it's about the minute mark, so we can start now. I just had to adjust a few things. I was trying to adjust the title, but I don't think that's going to work, so we're just going to have to live with what we have for now. This is not what we're going to be working on today. We're not going to be working on the Jaguar because it's the Jaguar. I don't honestly feel like it. So I got a question from Facebook on how to build certain types of bolt catches. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about that, and I'm just going to show the bolt catch in particular for the gun that he had his question about. So the gun that he had his question about was the Scar. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up the, I guess we'll go Scar PDW. It, it doesn't really matter. We'll just open it up and then download the Scar, and then we'll just take a look at how the bolt catch is built. It's actually really simple, um, and it's easier to do out of Legos than it is in real life. Though in real life, it's kind of basically the same principle. So we're going to talk about a little bit of the design philosophy behind a bolt catch and what it's meant to do. So the design philosophy behind a bolt catch is basically that it's just a thing that sticks, or it basically gets in the way of the bolt so that the bolt cannot travel forward once more. That's basically the design philosophy behind it. The reason for it, why it exists, is essentially so that it takes a step out of reloading. Generally speaking, when you reload, you're going to have to drop the magazine, insert a fresh magazine, and then you're going to have to charge the charging handle. But if it has a bolt catch on it, you drop the magazine, put a new magazine in, and then you just simply press a button, which is an easier idea behind having to charge the weapon fresh again, um, basically. So this is uh, where the bolt catch would be, except this one is not a working bolt catch. So what we're going to do is make this a working bolt catch, which is actually pretty easy to do. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and uh, we're basically going to hide everything and then kind of discuss what we have going on here. So this here is the bolt right here, and then this is the charging handle, which is connected to the bolt right here. How this bolt catch is going to work is basically it's going to be in the shape of an L. The L part's going to sit flat here, and then part of it's going to stick up here. And the whole idea is that it's going to block the front of the bolt face um, as it basically tries to come back. So we're going to work in red because red contrasts very well with what we have going on right now, obviously. And we should probably be grabbing a 4. And we're going to place a Technic pin. That's 3. So this is going to sit right here. And this is currently below the bolt face. You can see the bolt is way up here, and the bolt catch is way down here, like so. And then we're going to take and just kind of place one of these right here. We're going to do it a different way because I feel like it. We're going to use this piece right here. So this is the button for the bolt catch. Basically, flat like this, it's not engaged, but when you pull the bolt back and you engage it, it's going to be sticking up like this, and it should be in front of where the bolt is going to be. So we're going to go ahead and attempt to place this here, but I don't think it'll go here because there's bricks on the other side. So we're just going to go ahead and come through and delete out a fairly good amount of this to go ahead and get kind of comfortable with how this is going to work. So now we're going to come back and hide this. So if we stick a 3, there should be a 4 with an end stop. 4 with an end stop through here. And then we're going to place a cross-axle bushing here. And then 2 more cross-axle bushings here and there. Like so. Basically what happens is, if we hide this piece, you can see currently this piece is below where the bolt would travel. So the bolt can travel freely, no matter what. But, yeah, Jim, someone asked me on Facebook how to make bolt catches for a scar, so I'm demonstrating that. If we were to move this piece backwards, you can see that this red piece is now technically in front of where the bolt is able to travel. So now this would not be able to travel back and forth. So what we can do is, if I can get this to, why are you not moving? What the heck? Okay, that was weird. The Technic axle has a stop right here. It has a stop on this end, and then this is an actual bushing. So this is good. This is where it should be. Basically what's happening is, if we come through and we modify my design just a little bit to work with what we have going on right here, I want to go ahead and grab black, and we're going to come through and finish this up so that actually it's presentable model and not just garbage everywhere. It's no problem, mate. So you can just ignore all this. This is basically just me coming through and fixing everything that I ruined, because I destroyed quite a bit of the gun in order to get this where it should be. So this is just me fixing that. Of course, this side over here is worse. And now we're going to come through and we're going to edit this to take these pieces so that we can demonstrate some things. I'll go with the blue because that's more of a contrasting color with the red. All right, so this is basically what we have going on. I'm gonna hide this out just a little bit. So place this in here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and delete all that out just so I can demonstrate this. So we have a bolt here, and then your bolt catch here. So we're going to pull on the charging handle over here. And as we pull on the charging handle, the bolt is going to slide backwards, and it's going to stop at the end of its travel right here. As you can see. So now our shell ejection port over here is open. And you can see that the bolt catch is just right in front of where the bolt is at. So right now it's down, the bolt can freely go back forward. But if we come over here and we rotate this upwards, now it's in the way of the bolt being able to return forward. So the bolt is no longer able to return forward. But if we come in on this side and we push in on this lever so that it drops down, then the bolt is able to slam home because of the rubber band. And that's basically how a SCAR's bolt catch works. So that's pretty much how that's going on. Jim, your question about stable pistol grips. My own design that I have for a pistol grip would be this. And the reason this is a stable pistol grip is basically because these are actual physical connections using Technic axles and these pieces instead of hinge pieces. So it's a lot more of a mechanical advantage to be using Technic in terms of your connection. But I know that these pieces are actually kind of hard to find with the majority of things. Grim, this live stream will upload as a video too, so if you have to come back to it, you can come back to it. These pieces are kind of hard to find, and nowadays, and I bet they're probably expensive as well. So if you can't do this, Jim, then we can do something else that LGT did. I don't know if I have the file yet or still. So if we take a look at the clop real quick, I used my technique in the clop for the mag well whenever it decides to load. So you can see here's where it's connected with Technic, here's where it's connected with Technic, and then I just modified the mag well to look more like the magazine. We're going to find this right here. This is Lego Gun Trilogy's Glock Jim, and in case you haven't seen, he actually has a tutorial out for this. And this grip is a combination of two different methods. So the front part of the grip is the normal, uh, these pieces, and then this part is just complications, very complicated. And then this portion back here is actually a Technic rod. We'll go ahead and we'll hide the majority of this back here so that you can see what's going on. So this Technic grip is connected via this axle and this axle over here to the standard grip, and then it's slightly angled, and he's using these forms of Technic axles to fit into these pieces, which fit into these and these, and all of these connect together to form into a plate, like a plate will fit on here. And of course, this would be a stable grip because it's actually connected via Technic up here. And you can see that this piece right here is actually double stuffed, what I call double stuffed anyway, where you have a plate up here and then you have a plate on bottom so that there's multiple studs connecting these together. It's not just this piece on the bottom. And then on his model, you have this jagged edge. All I did was take it and make this side plate that sits there and it covers up that jagged edge. So it looks a lot smoother, basically. So that's another method for um, gun building for that, if you would like to go that way. Elsewise, you can go like fully complex. You can do bricks that are sideways and eventually that are still sideways, upside down right here. These are also upside down. These are upside down. These are sideways, but the opposite direction from these, and then these are right side up. So you can get all complicated with that if you'd like to do something like that. Grim, see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for um, watching. So this is every grip design that I have in my templates. So this is off of the Honey Badger, I believe, my old Honey Badger. The majority of this is sideways. And then this is the standard grip that almost pretty much everyone uses. So whichever you'd prefer. Struggling for 2 hours with hinges is standard with you and Caro, but it can be difficult because, well, it's hard to do. So, and good luck with whichever method you choose. Um, Hopefully, it works out for you in the end. So, because I feel like actually doing something for a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and work on this. I'll work on something. Where was the Hornet at? So we can work on the Hornet for just a little bit. Try to get part of it knocked out. So we're going to go ahead and set up kind of how this grip is going to work. So we're going to keep it on a, we're going to go blue. We're going to keep it on a 2 stud wide plane. And we're going to take this out by probably a 32 just to give me room to work with and expand upon as needed. Jim, this is the Hornet assault rifle from Quicksilver Industries. It's a concept gun from Shockwave 9001. He does Pimp My Gun designs. So this is built in Pimp My Gun, but it's built like really well so that it looks uh, like a whole nother assault rifle design that Pimp My Gun isn't capable of doing. So here at QSI, we think AK-style weapons never get old. There's always that familiar, robust, reliable feel that those kind of weapons have. And that's the exact feeling we wanted to maintain with our latest assault rifle, the Hornet. She's chambered in 5.45 by 39, has a recoil balancing system, enhanced illuminated iron sights, a folding telescopic stock, and as usual, she's fully ambidextrous. Quicksilver Industries provides top-of-the-notch firearms made for easy and cheap mass production while maintaining very high quality. High firearms will always be fully ambidextrous, two-toned, operator-friendly, and accessor-friendly. So, that's what we have going on. And this is what we're going to be working on for right now. So basically what I want to do is set up how we're going to make the handguard. So how we're going to make the handguard is basically by doing this a bunch. So we're just going to duplicate these down a whole bunch. So we get to right about there. The handguard probably won't be as long as that, but maybe it will be. So the reason I'm doing this, right, is because if we take and put one of these here, which is the piece that I want to use, if we put 2 plates on the side of this, it fits exactly flush with the 4 studs wide, and you can see this portion of the handguard kind of comes over the receiver right here. So the piece that I wanted to use for that was this, like that. So that would fit excellently right there. And if we don't want to use that piece, we could instead use that piece. And it's actually a lot more sharper of an angle than that. So I think we might have to even switch it up to something kind of like that. I think what we'll actually do is we'll go a 3, and then it bumps down just a little bit, and then we'll go up. So we'll do, I'm going to click on that. So what I'm actually thinking is this right here needs to be moved so that I can get the angles better. Okay, so yeah, that's still in the same spot. So we just got to move this up by 1. Yeah, it's better to me. And then we'll take and use a 4 right there to get this portion right here. I've just been doing this for a long time, and I have unlimited bricks that work for me, as opposed to other people in the community like yourself who are constrained to parts that they have in their collections. I do not. So this is basically how that's going to use. That's how that's going to work anyhow. And then obviously these aren't connected to anything. We'll take a look at fixing that momentarily. We're going to go ahead and delete that piece out, and we're going to replace it with a 16 just to kind of hold these pieces together. And then we're going to take and duplicate this part going down the weapon quite a bit. Okay, so this actually was an old thing that held on to the barrel. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And then we can also delete these two and replace them by 16ths. I've also been thinking about making this rifle for a while, and generally speaking, while I'm thinking about making a rifle for a while, I kind of like go through what I would use different techniques for. I definitely still want to start buying the parts to build my guns. The problem with doing that is it's not cheap, and I'm not rich. I am nowhere near being rich. The next portion of this is basically we're going to be using this, which will make these 3s on bottom here, which will connect these two plates. And it'll also give me a chance to start building the grooves that I want to build in the handguard. Well, the first portion of the video Kamikaze was just showing how to build a Scars bolt catch for someone who asked on Facebook. And then this portion is building the handguard of the Hornet assault rifle from Shockwave 9001. Uh, I don't know how far we're gonna get with the model um, before dinner or something happens. I don't know. Something's bound to happen where I have to go. Um, but we should be okay. Um, so we're gonna drop a 3 here, and that'll grab both of these pieces right there and there. And then we're gonna drop a 2, so that sits flush there and there. And then we're gonna delete this piece. We're gonna replace the back end here and here. Um, I don't know exactly how long I'll be streaming, but I should be streaming for a while. Um, like I said, I just don't know exactly how long. It's only 4:01. Um, and then I actually don't know if I'm making dinner or not. If I'm making dinner, I'm gonna have to go earlier. Well, maybe anyhow, because it's just Stouffer's meatloaf. Shouldn't have said that. But yeah, no, it's just Stouffer's meatloaf, so I just gotta put it in the oven, basically. And I don't know if I'm making it or not. Other people might make it. I don't know what's going on. Which way are these going? Forward. So we're just gonna shift these like so. So there's 18 of these, but I don't want it to be overly long. So I think extending it out to the end of here would be okay. And if not, we're just gonna have to come through and edit it back down. So we'll go, I'm thinking we'll go like another 6 to see where that gets us. Basically just like that. Yeah, I forgot that happens. I think that's better. If not, I think that's a little too long, but we should be okay. Just like that. And now we're going to build up the rest of the handguard. I think that'll be okay. Basically, that'd be the handguard. And now we got to figure out how to kind of close off the bottom here, because it is it's not the greatest. I think the piece that I could use to close off the bottom would be this. And then you'd have to stick like a stud on the inside. Yeah, that's just not gonna work. So we need to do this front angle. Wow. Well, that sucks. I know what we could use. We could use. Yeah, we'll go with one of these because it'll just look a little bit better. I actually don't want it to mess with this angle too much, so it might actually have to be brick built like this. There you go. That's a little bit better. So the next part of this is going to be building up a rail, which we're going to do at a different plane of axis plane. Shokugeki no Soma. Jane, or shit, Jim. Sorry. Thanks for sharing the stream on Google Plus. Appreciate that. Um, yeah, no, I religiously watched Shokugeki no Soma because I love Shokugeki no Soma. Overly dramatic, but at the same time, like it just kind of parodies all the super serious shows that are like way over the top. It's great. I love it. I'm a huge anime lover. I watch all sorts of anime, so we're going to try to fit a three-stud ride rail system on this. So to accomplish that, we're going to try to level off where we're at currently. So to basically level off where we're at is pretty simple. All we're going to do is kind of come through and group all this together. I actually don't remember much of the intros to Shokugeki no Soma. I don't remember either of the intros. I haven't listened to anime music in a while. Probably should. Probably missing out on quite a bit. I don't believe this will work. Oh no. Please don't crash. Alright, before this crashes, we're going to save this. I don't have any. Of course I don't. We're going to do. What is this? This is the Hornet Assault Rifle by Quicksilver Industries. Work in progress. Handguard. Version 1. ROUGH. There we go. Oh, I saved that in downloads. Dang it, I didn't want to save it in downloads. Great. It's not good. I don't think this will work. Yeah, that doesn't work. I don't think it would. Sometimes if you overload LDD, it will crash. It doesn't do it all the time to me, just sometimes. Generally speaking, it's usually when you're using the this tool right here, the auto hinge align tool. It absolutely despises when you use that tool. So it generally speaking crashes a whole bunch. Basically, what we're trying to do right now is find a way to get a 3-stud wide handguard in here. we'll place these on down. Grab the bigger one because I forgot that's a thing. And then we might actually switch these in bits to the corner ones in case we need those. The gas block and stuff that's about to happen, but I don't know if we'll need those or not. So I want just a little bit of a gap. And I think that'll fit much better. So place those in, grab these and duplicate them on along, up to there. Do the same over on this side. That's no problem, Jim. I'm just kind of worried that sometimes y'all are gonna like say something that doesn't need to be aired privately, and then out of nowhere it's gonna be like on Drama Alert or something. Crap. So that's basically gonna go there. Next portion of this is gonna be cut off like so. And we're gonna keep building this up so that we can fit. His intro has always been really annoying, and I don't know why he's just never changed it. Far down compared to the gas block. So this is kind of just above where the receiver is, right here. So where would you be at? I think that's good. So we're just gonna place these on in. Boom, boom. Oh yeah, this is definitely good. That front end turned out a lot better than what I wanted. And we're gonna go ahead and switch these colors around because they're clashing really hard and I don't want them to clash. Dark Azure, is that the color that I'm working in? That is in fact the color I'm working in. So we're going to go over to the medium azure, which is a little bit lighter. All right. So it's basically that done. The next portion would be doing what I'm assuming is the cleaning rod, barrel, muzzle brake, gas block, and then inside of the piston / counter recoil system or counterbalance recoiling system, whatever. So first thing that we're going to do is actually build up this portion of thing. So we're going to switch to just an earth blue. And we're actually going to build this upside down. Because we can. So we're actually going to build this to be Irish Panda Haymate. We're actually going to build this to be 3 studs to cover up the mistake that is this right here. It's not actually a mistake, I just find it really annoying, so we're going to fix it to the best of our abilities. So that's basically just going to be that. And then we're going to delete this piece, switch back to this color, and actually extend this out by another 2. Because it actually overhangs. And now all we got to do is start the barrel, which is actually would be considered too low on this. We're gonna have to move the barrel up to like right about here. I'm building the Hornet assault rifle, which is just slightly different gun. So I'm gonna go ahead and hide you, delete you, and then hide you, not hide you. We're gonna take a '16. Place that in there and then see how fast we get. And then we need to see how far it's got. So it got to right about there. So now we need to see which axle piece would. So what is this, an 8? So a 7. I think what we do is we'll delete this and we'll actually go with the one that has the end stop on it. Just like that. Just like that. So now we're just going to move the barrel up by literally just a few centimeters. Like it wasn't really that big of a deal. Just to try to get it in the place that I want it. And I think even then that this might actually be too high. So that's too low. And I really think that that is too high. That's basically where it needs to go. But it's boy, incapable of going there unless I cheat. Is it raining? I think I might have just heard rain. Maybe it's squirrels, I don't know. So we're going to cheat and kind of do this, which isn't actually part of the model, but we're going to cheat because I made a mistake. I think we'll just kind of, we'll do that just to close it off. And then we're just going to copy this over because it's got the end stop on it. It won't come out of that hole. It is stuck there forever. And then we're going to go circles. It's about there, I guess. So we need to build the gas block here. So what we're going to do is not that. We're going to do twos, and we're going to do a spiral pattern with these. This is a really cool technique. Or we could technically use the new corner pieces because those would work out perfectly, and there'd be studs on every single one of these, but this works too, and I've already gotten these pieces out, so. And then you just place that there. That there. And that there. That's the first part of this gas block. The next part is going to be built using these pieces, and this, and probably something like that. Kind of get this shape going up. If not, just kind of lower this down. Kind of get everything in there I want to get in there. And then it's going to go two, and this out to 4. Okay, one more. Christopher Hopman's probably the best out of all of us, other than Alan's Custom Legos, but Alan doesn't really post much anything, so post much anymore. What am I doing? I could just use the actual cross pin pieces. That's not good. Oh, that gap is gonna bother me. Oh, why? Crap. This gap is gonna really bother me, but there's like almost no way to fix it. Unless you're looking at it from this angle, then it looks perfectly fine, but at the same time, you hit it from this angle, it's just like ugly. Fuck. Oh, that's plenty of room. Well, we'll go that, and then we'll grab one of these to go here. And we're gonna polish off the top of this, which is what I wanted to do, but I wasn't sure if I had the room to do that, so now I know for a fact I do. My sister came in asking if I was playing Rainbow Six Siege. I am currently not, but I am live streaming, so she cannot play. Such is life. Feel as if this thing should go right there. Jim is respectable enough to not self-promote on anyone else's stream. It's kind of the reason I like the guy. Unlike some other people. That's alright, Jim, though. I'll give you permission because you're cool. Yeah, the stream has just kind of died a little bit, which seems about right, knowing my internet. You can see, I'll point it out here in a second after I place this break. You can see this red bar up here. That means the stream health is poor right now, which is not good. You want it to be green. So the reason it's lagging is me. It's alright, aspiring artist. It's all good, mate. This is going to be kind of annoying to do, but I kind of want to get this little bit of kind of groove detail going through this cleaning rod. So we're just going to have to take and use these. Copy and paste them on down. Please fit. Oh my gosh, the gap! That's gonna bother me. Why? There shouldn't even be that much of a gap. Crap. Ugh. That bothers me a lot. You're gonna have to live with it. Gonna try to build the muzzle brake. Another piece you're talking about, I tried, it doesn't work in that gap, unfortunately. I wish they had these three three wide versions of these, but without like the grooves in them, because that would make what I'm about to do way better. So basically what I'm about to do is I'm going to take this 3 with the stop, place one here, this one here, and then we're going to do a half pushing and a half pushing. Place this piece here, and then do another half pushing, and yeah, that's basically the muzzle brake, aside from the end of it, which would be this piece. Like so. What I can try to do is see if this will fit like so. And then I'll close off the gap a lot better. Jim, thanks for that. That helps a lot. Now there's just a smaller gap here. So thanks for that, because that was definitely bothering me. So I'm going to place this up here. Kind of close that off just a little bit. And I believe, other than the front side, I completely forgot there was a side on this thing. So how we are going to do this, if I can English correctly, is using some of my favorite sight pieces of all time. I think it'd look a little bit weird on the gas tube. If I did the gas tube as a circle through this part and then did a square here, it'd probably be a lot better, but I don't think I can do that because that'd be too different from the source material, which is definitely square. All right, so there's the front sight, which is red from the looks of it, and the back sight, which is kind of here. Don't really know what color it is. We'll just assume that they're also red. I love these pieces. It's some of my favorite pieces of all time to use. I think that basically sums up the front end of this gun. Go ahead and make it all blue aside from the sights. And then I wanted to do something. I just thought about doing something. I thought about doing that. Yeah, that's right. I think that's whatever though. So I think we'll just ignore that for now. So we're going to now save this as version 2 rough. Ah, crap, I always forget Control Shift S. We're going to save this at the desktop so I don't actually lose this file because I will lose it. So this basically requires a whole new low receiver for this model. And I don't think that we're going to be doing that on stream today. So we're going to go ahead and color this proper colors. I want it to be just a little bit more two-toned. We'll do that. And then we're going to do there's a gap here. Oh, snap, the bushing probably did fit. I just completely missed the gap. Oh, the bushing still doesn't fit. Oh well. Well, now there's another gap. Fantastic. Just what I wanted. Do that. Muzzle brake. Well, and then I think we'll also do the gas block. That's basically going to be that. I think I'll do just a little bit of a lighter metallic silver for those, just so it contrasts a little bit more. I think we'll leave it like this for now, though I might change it later. Well, I think that's good for now. It's 5 o'clock. I guess before dinner, I'll play a little bit of some Rainbow Six Siege. Well, I'll wait for dinner to be finished. I think it's cooking. I think I can smell it cooking. So, but that's it for now. I don't know if we'll be revisiting this rifle anytime soon because I got to change quite a few things about this area right through here, which is going to get a whole lot more complex here in a second. So we will see. So we're going to go ahead and end off the stream here. This is everything that we've gotten done in this stream. And by everything, I only mean to right about here, but not this upper part up here. I had the AK receiver because this is based off of an AK receiver, and I've had quite a few AK models in my life. So this is just one of them. And this is like kind of me going back through and trying to update it and bring it back to a more modern style for me because this is kind of an older AK receiver. So after we finish updating this AK receiver to match the Hornet, we'll be done with another gun. So that's pretty much it for this live stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to come right and subscribe for more videos similar to this one. Don't be afraid to check out my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And check out my website, bluejetmeister.woo.com. And what else? I don't know what else. Whatever else. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream out here. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it with all the support in the comments and things like that. And we might stream later tonight. I do not know as of yet. So see you guys later.